Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. It's Novi Fibonacci here. Today I wanted to go over a couple of different currency pairs and a stock that I've had my eye on. This is coming off of the foot of where we hear the Feds have finally cut interest rates for the dollar. Now, here on the dollar, we can see on the weekly, I want to point out a couple of different key areas that the dollar itself has been struggling with the past couple of years, where we can see price on DXY has really just been kind of moving sideways with this consolidation. Now, with interest rate cuts weakening the dollar, we can see that price now coming into this area of support it's been using might be coming in a little bit heavier, and I suspect that the dollar could continue losing value. Now, that's going to uplift other foreign currencies, and it's also going to uplift stocks, commodities, and bonds where people are fearful of the devaluation of the dollar, and they're going to value other assets or other financial markets. Now, with the weakening of the dollar, how does that affect the Australian dollar against the United States dollar? Well, here, looking at the weekly again, we can see price has been doing a bit of consolidation itself, working in between this rising support and this falling resistance. Now, this is a pennant pattern where we suspect a bullish break or a bearish break, and then a retest of that break to validify and then confirm the directional bias. Now we can see price has given both the rising support and falling resistance some tests. Here lately, it's been favoring the rising support, but off of the interest rate cuts coming from the United States dollar, we can see that gives the Australian dollar some potential to pull up and pull away. Now, if the price is really going to continue working up, we would like to see a break, a bullish break of this falling resistance, and then a retest to continue. But that'll be yet to come. Now, to the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen, how would that be affected by the dollar? Now, the United States dollar and the Japanese yen are so adversarial that when one weakens, the other strengthens, right? So going here on the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen, we can see that going far back from its lowest low that it's made yet, here at 55.69, it's made this high and made a significant drop. Now, from this new high, if we take our Fibonacci retracement tool, we go from this high to this low here, and we can see price has pulled back and made a 50% retracement, right? Now it's fallen down to this 23.6, but it's worked back up. Now I suspect that the Japanese yen will overcome the Australian dollar over time, but we could see price work back up and give us another retracement of this 50, possibly a little bit higher. But eventually, once that fades out, that strength there from the bulls, I believe that the yen will continue to pull this further. And then that brings us to Lucid Group. Lucid Group is an EV industry, electrical vehicle industry company. Now, we see that at its highest at $65 per stock back in 21, it's made quite the drop to its lowest low here. Let me go ahead and point out here at 229, right? Now, what has price really been doing since then, or coming up to? We can see that if we get a trend line here and go from this high here to this high, and let's go ahead and get a trend line from this low. This low here. Thank you. We can see that price has really kind of been working down into a wedge up to its lowest low at 229. After that 229 low, we see price give us that bullish break and then give us a bullish test of the bullish break, confirming the directional bias. Now, if this is truly working in an uptrend, we want to see higher highs and higher lows, where you can already see price here gave us an equal high based off this previous high here, but then gave us a higher low right here. Now, after that higher low, we get a higher high. Now, that right there validifies the uptrend, the change from downtrend to uptrend, and now our confirmation of directional bias is bullish. We do want to see price work up. We also want to see extra confirmation, right? So let's look at some extra confirmation. Now, if we go and take our Fibonacci retracement tool and we go from the lowest low to this equal high here, we can see that price, when it made its higher low, it was halted out at this kill zone range. I like to call this the kill zone range. It's a Fibonacci percentage. It's 78.6 to 88.6%. Price pulled into this zone and went the opposite direction. That tells me that the power is shifting, where bears had control, bringing this stock down. Now the bulls are taking over because the bears are getting exhausted. And you see, after price visits that kill zone, it turns right back around and gives us that higher high. It breaks through the equal highs, and it breaks through the it gives us a higher high past the next swing high right here. So I see Lucid technically working very well, pushing up bullishly. Even after this high, if we take our our Fibonacci retracement tool, and we go from this new low, right, our higher low, to this higher high, we can see price again is halted out in the kill zone. And once it visits, it pushes up pushes up. Now, if we take our Fibonacci retracement tool and go to our new high now, we can see that price is slowing down in this Fibonacci golden zone. Where now we're seeing price pulled in once, pushed up. Now I suspect that now we've pulled into this area again, that it will go ahead and continue pushing higher. Now, I do have trade ideas published on TradingView. You can find me on Twitter. I'm also on YouTube, Nova Fibonacci. I have, again, ideas already published for the Lucid group, and a TradingView trade idea will be coming for the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen, and the Australian dollar against the United States dollar. So thank you for joining me. Hopefully you were able to follow my technical analysis. For all things currency, keep it current with Nova Fibonacci.